Hey, what's going on? It's Space Baby coming at ya. This is my first video. Just to show you guys what I've found so far. I've gotten back into collecting recently. About 5 or 6 years ago, I had to sell my collection. I didn't have to, but I did because I needed the money, and it was the dumbest thing I ever did. I collected heavily in the 80s, 80 like 83 through 89, and I had a lot of really good books, and I sold them for pennies. But anyway, my budget's thin to collect, so I've been hitting up yard sales like a champ, dozens. And what you're looking at right there is the only book I found of in about, I don't know, 20 or so yard sales. Dearman, he wanted $3. And I had 2 quarters making noise in my pocket. So that's what I got. Not bad for 50 cents. And there's also a big flea market close to where I live. I've never been there. I lived here for 12 years, never went up there. And it's big. There's tons of booze. There's food. I mean, it's like a real, I mean, it's a deal. And I went up there for the first time, looking, nothing. Bought some produce. And finally, I was about to leave. There was one section I didn't explore. And I turned the corner, bam, long boxes, open, like 12 long boxes, Marvel, DC. I was like, oh yeah, here we go. So I go over to the guy and I start looking through, one of the long boxes labeled Marvel. And he immediately came over to me and said, hey, you like to collect? You like to read? And I was like, yeah, sure. And he asked, do you like Spider-Man? And yeah, I nodded my head. He said, come on back here. And he had a long box behind where he took everyone's money. And it was filled with McFarlane's amazings, spectaculars. And I was like, oh man, I don't have money for this. I just knew he was going to ask a lot of money. And he immediately tells me, $40 will hold it, and that will be 75 cents an issue. So yeah, it's mine. I didn't have $40 on me. So I said, how about, 15 for 20? And he had a 20 on me. And he's like, sure. So these next, 16 books, what I got for $20. 204, Black Cat. And I'm going through these books. There's schmutz here. This book would be in great shape if it wasn't for that. I don't know why. Yeah, there we go. Locked a little better. The AF lock was on. This is from an iPhone. I apologize. But every McFarlane I didn't own was there. 194, the first appearance of Black Cat was there. I just went through and picked 15 out real quick, and as I'll tell in a little bit, that was to my detriment. 205, great shape. And these books were all loose and just rancid yellow bags. Man, they look like shit. And I got them home and took them out, and these are very fine plot. I mean, these are up there. These books are immaculate. This is 207. Always like that cover. 213. This is the worst book in the bunch of all I'm going to show you. It's the only book that has any type of creasing. It's hard to see. I don't know it's there though. And the white isn't quite white. 216. Madam Web. This book is good. 221. Rager Ramrod. Whites could be whiter, but still, man, that's a good book. 220, The Moon Knigget. Love me some Moon Knight. It's a cool cover. There's some spine issues, but not too bad. I mean, this is very fine. These books are just great. 228, Near Mint. not a professional grader, but I mean, you tell me. Spine is sweet. Edges are just sweet. Pages are white. Tarantula 233. I've noticed that all the Tarantula covers have the same kind of theme, that yellow background. I dig that cover. 234. Man, I couldn't ask, I mean, for 20 bucks, do 16 books. That's near mint. Oh, say my name. This might be the best condition out of all of them, too. Tattoos are in there. There might be a little blunting up there in the upper left corner. I mean, but I'll buy that for $1 or even less. Bing. 243, Mary Jane. Another really good book. Great condition. Death and Ned Leeds, 289. Like this cover a lot. Gonna go a little quicker here, running out of time, kinda. Here's the McFarlane 312. This has spine roll, but it's not as white as it could be either, but still, it's not near mint, but it's very fine, I'd say. Now, this guy told me he'd save the box for me, too. He said, yeah, I'll come back next week, because, that's all the money I had. And he said, yeah, I'll hold the box, no worries. 316. And I'll tell you what happened about that. I love that. And the last McFarlane, 328. Cool cover. Like the contrast of his green tongue. So I left and came back the next week, and I get there and I go, well, where's the box? He goes, oh man, some guys came by and bought it. I was shaking. I'm like, what? How could you do that? He's like, hey man, I'm giving it to you for wholesale. They paid $2 a piece retail. So I left the 194 first appearance of Black Cat. The bookends of this, McFarlane Venoms, 315, 317, and just pretty much every other Venom, 201, 202, 203 are in there, and they just came and tomb raided it. Tomb raided that box, and then whatever was left in the box, he put in the 10 boxes out front just with all the other schmutz and crap. So I was steaming, man. I was mad, and I went back to the other boxes and started to find all the other stuff, and he came over and he knew I was mad. He goes, look, just pick out 40 or so books and, give me 20 bucks. And, sorry, I know I told you that, but man's got to do it. I was like, well, okay, well, how about you do what you say what you do kind of thing. So his around 40 turned out to be my exactly 52. And here they are, 246. $262. $291. This is yellowed a little bit here, but whatever. So 52 and 16. I end up with 68 books. And one of my main collecting goals now is to get 200 through 400. Amazing. To rebuild my collection. Baby steps, right? 327. Like that cover. 329. Sentinel. Try Sentinel. 330. 331. I dig these little vignettes. Top of this cover. These are still really good shape, but they were loose. And for as bad as they looked, and as good as they are, they turned out to be. I'm amazed. I had to rescue them. They were just. I had to. 336. The Sinister Return of the Sinister Six. That's 3. This is part 4. Electro. Cool. 338. And I can see these guys lefties, these aren't really worth as much as the other ones that were there, but for the price, why not pick them up, right? 342. Black Cat. 343. 344. If they knew what to do, if they were really doing, I don't know why they didn't take this book. First Cardiac. First cameo, Cletus Cassidy. I want that book. 348. 349. Fox. 351. Tri-Sentinels. 352. And still, I mean, these books are in amazing shape. 353. 354. 355. 357. Nova. Punisher. Punisher's a lot in these last few books. Cardiac. 360. 364. And I got a few annuals that were left. I scrounged up. 18. I always like this black title against that green, that puke green. I like that contrast. It's cool. 19. 23. That's really yellowed. Could be better. But for the price, it's nice. She-Hulk. Poet Skinny loves that one. 24. Ant-Man. And 25. And 26. Another one of my collecting goals is get back all the Peter Parkers. I had one through, I don't even know, my old collection. But there was an 11 that's in good shape. These weren't as good shape as the Amazings. 18. 19. The Enforcers are back. And this title doesn't get a lot of value love, it seems. That's not in, I don't know if it's water damage or discoloration. That's alright. 32. 38, Morbius. Look at that cover. 42. Number 67. Robot Master, 68. Really good shape. And 76. There's a few other books I found in there I took flyers on. Infinity Incorporated. I didn't go through any of the DC boxes because I had better things to do. But I know there's a lot of good stuff in there, and I have to go back and search through it. A lot of these are there. This is number 8. And I know there's a number 14 in there. There's got to be because there's a whole run of these things. And 14, I believe, is the first McFarlane DC art. So I'll go back and find that. Dazzler number 1. I thought this was worth more than it is. But it's not, so whatever. Cloak and Dagger 1. I remember that from 80, should say 83. 83? Yeah. Found in Avengers. 322. The Alpha Frigate. New Mutants 3. I remember that cover from back in the day. I like it. Number 4. None of the key issues, but X Factor -1. Found that. Marvel Tales 98 in excellent condition. What is that, reprint of 121? 122, that's 121, I think. Marvel Team Up, Spider-Man and Power Man. This is a good book to have, especially in that condition for the price. First appearance of the Rat Pack, and it's a badass cover. And this was cool. I found the original Ghost Rider Rides Again, Part 3 of 7. I guess it's a miniseries from back in the day, 1990, I believe. That's a cool cover. My man's choking on a clown. So that's it. Oh, wait. Last but not least, the piece de resistance. Harvey Comics. Oh, yeah. New Kids on the Block. Yo, collectors. First hot issue. New Kids on the Block. Backstage pass. How could I pass this up? How cool is that? You know, Captain Strangelove gives you Silver Age gems, and I give you New Kids. Who does not love some New Kids? There it is. Donnie and Jordan, baby. 2-page spread. All right. That's it. So, all those books, 68 books for $40. 60 cents a piece. So I got 238 for 60 cents in that condition. I would pay $40 3 times over for that book by itself in raw condition if I had it. But I'd rather go to a flea market and find it for 60 cents. So I got that book plus, 67 others for $40. I think that's a pretty good haul. If I would have got the other ones, it would have been better. 194 and the other McFarlane's, but I am not complaining one bit. Anyway, I'll show you some of my eBay stuff, in future episodes. Thanks for bearing with me. See you guys.